Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ladies Power Lunch Free Gift Friday Takeover Show. I am really excited because you've all been seeing us posting about our upcoming summit, Build Your Unbreakable Business. You've all seen Soribel Martinez in our group, one of our outstanding group members who has been sharing a lot about some of the wonderful things that are coming up with her as she is launching her beautiful book called Unbreakable. Well, over the next couple of weeks, Soribel's going to go through, guys, you could pay big money for this. I'm going to tell you that right now. You could pay big money for this, or you could just tune in over the next couple of weeks as Soribel breaks it down step by step, what you need to do in your life and in your business, of course, to make sure that as the winds of time and life happens all around you, that you can still be maintaining your inner calm, maintaining your inner peace, being the eye of the hurricane, even when things are unpredictable. And let's face it, in life, there's some things we have control over, and there's some things we have absolutely no control over. And how do we stay strong, stay resilient, even when things outside of our control might not be going in the way that we might like? I feel like Soribel is the perfect person to talk about this because she is no stranger to adversity. A lot of you see Soribel and you're like, oh my gosh, Soribel is so amazing. I don't even know how she does it. And the truth is, none of us really know how she does it, but she's going to share that with us today and over the next few weeks. But she's had her own share of heartache and heartbreak, and she's still coming out on the other side, not only being resilient, but also sharing her experience with us so that we, as we go through our trials, we can be resilient too. Soribel, welcome. I'm going to hand the floor over to you. It's all yours.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of with me on Unbreakable, how to build an unbreakable life and business. And today is the second, the official part one. We did an introduction last week, and today we're going to talk about acculturating insecurities. And this is actually one of my favorite parts of the book, because the truth is that I was not always 100% feeling secure, feeling 100% with that self-confidence that you guys see me. There was a time in my life when I was younger, after, coming from the Dominican Republic in 1989, where I struggle feeling secure in the English language specifically. I came to the United States and I was put in the bilingual program in the school system, which I think it was a really big mistake that my parents made, versus allowing me to really just get acculturated right away and being able to go to regular school, English school, and having friends and kind of like navigating that. However, it was not that way for me. It was really difficult because speaking in Spanish all the time in at home, my parents didn't speak English very well. And then I go to school, and the school is bilingual. I was not learning Spanish and I was not learning English. So a few years after that, I graduate, right? I graduated with honors, and I went on to college. But before I go into that story, I really want to introduce myself. My name is Soribel Martinez. I am a licensed clinical psychotherapist, and I am the CEO of SM Psychotherapy and Counseling Services, where we help women and their families thrive, have healthy and amazing relationships. And also, I am a business coach and consultant to other mental health and healthcare professionals that are in private practice, that are looking to take their practice to the 6 and 7 figures and being able to create a massive impact in the community and in the world with the work that they do. So the truth is, that although when I was 7 years old, I made the decision that I was going to be a leader. I remember when I was 7, I used to look at the sky, at the star. I used to name the stars in the Dominican Republic, and I know which one, the names of them, and it was like a time for intimate time with nature. It was my time for me to dream, for me to think about the things that I desire in life, and I knew that I wanted to be a leader, and I knew that I was going to be a badass, and I knew that I wanted to do amazing things. I didn't know how all was going to unfold. I just knew the why. I knew that I wanted to create a great impact in the world. So I come to the United States. I'm here with my family, which was great. However, the part that nobody tells you is that's the process of acculturation, right? Being able to adapt to a new culture while you keep your own culture intact. And a lot of times that looks like depression, anxiety, having difficulties adapting to a new language, weather, food, culture, people. And for me, it was a little bit difficult. The most difficult part for me was when I started college, right? Because I truly was not fully acculturated with the language, right? I went to bilingual school and I didn't have all the tools that I needed to continue on with college. And that's when that journey began to feel the insecurities, right? I started school with a scholarship. I was giving a lot of money to go to school. I was there, but my first semester was terrible. I'm going to be honest with you. My first semester, I got a 1.8 GPA in school. And when the school called me, they were like, you came to the school in a full scholarship. And these grades doesn't represent the girl, the woman that we gave the scholarship to. You got to get your act together. And my academic advisor was like, what are the tools that you need? What is the support that you need so you can demonstrate that you want to stay in this school? And I remember that I said, her name was Dolores. I love Dolores. She was one of the first women that really believed in my dreams. Because when I was young, the women around me, they used to say, you always have an opinion. You always saying something. You this, you that, right? So that was an attempt to quiet my voice. But Dolores tried to help me to gain that voice back, that confidence, right? And I said, Dolores, I promise you that I will not embarrass you. I promise you that I'm going to do it. And with that commitment that I made to myself, to her, and to that little girl in me, when I was 7 years old, I decided that 1.8 did not represent the woman that I was. That it didn't matter what it takes to graduate with the point average that I desired. I would do whatever it took that was legal and ethical. And that meant for me to do a self-evaluation. I self-evaluated. I was able to see where I was, how I got there, and I didn't like what I was seeing, right? That was not a representation of me. And also doing a self-evaluation allowed me to understand also where I wanted to be, how I got there, where I was, and where I wanted to be. And where I wanted to be was in the 3-point point average, because I graduated high school with 4.0, right? So what I did was I committed myself. And I committed to Dolores that believed in me, that put all her faith in me, and went back to the school and said, no, she can do it. She promised she's going to do it. And I did what I had to do. After doing that self-evaluation, I was able to really look at my purpose. What was my purpose, my vision? My vision was to graduate with honors and graduate with this pride, right? And not let anybody down that believed that I could do this. And I look at my purpose, I looked at my vision, I aligned those two things with creating my goals. I created goals. I've been creating goals since I was really young. And to be honest with you, I have an yearly goal, 5 years, 10 years. I review my goals every year. every 3 months, every month, every week, and every day, I have been committed to making my dream a reality. So that's exactly what I did when I was 17 years old. I created a goal that I was going to do it. And guess what? After I identified that goal, I was able to go put a plan in place. I activated that GPS system in me that I always had, that ability to overcome, to go for it, not be afraid to do what I needed to do. I was not afraid to do a work. Guess what? When my classmates were doing the work and it take them an hour to do the work, it would take me a whole day to do the work and it was still wrong. And when I was still wrong, I was like, but guess what? I ain't giving up. So I used to walk around with a dictionary, and I used to meet with my professors for office hours, and I had tutors, and I have mentors, and I recruited every single person in that university that could help me get exactly where I wanted to be. And I did it. But let me tell you a story. One day in my biology class, the first day of class, I'm sitting up front because I was like that kind of girl. I need to sit up front. I need to pay attention. I'm always on time. I'm before on time, right? Because being on time is being late. So I was always there 50 minutes early, talking to the professors, learning something. And I was the last one to leave because I always wanted to talk to the professor to make sure that I was understanding. And guess what? We do the introduction and the teacher says, so say who you are, where you're from, what is your, what you're studying, so on and so forth. And I said, and excuse the language, I said, my name is Soribel Martinez. I am from the Dominican Republic. And my favorite things to do is to go to the beach. I was trying to say beach, but everyone stopped and looked at me. And those were the moments in my life that will really create some insecurity when I spoke. And it didn't matter to me because I knew that I could do it. So I embedded myself in the process of having friends that spoke English. I embedded myself in the communities that would help me and correct me. I was not embarrassed to make mistakes. And I was good with people telling me when I made mistakes. So what happened that after I made that plan and I got my team, I'm always being, I need support. I need support. I'm not about to do this alone. There's no way that I can do it alone, right? And I continued to work and work and work. And the second semester, I finished that semester with 3.8. That semester, I finished my undergraduate school with 2 separate degrees that I completed in 4 years and a half. Eventually, they had to give me permission for me to take 21, 22, and 23 credits while I was working so I can accomplish having 2 separate degrees. I did it, and I did it all paying $0. They used to give me my money back because it will cover all the things that I needed. And I graduated with 1 degree, I graduated with 3.8 something, and another degree I graduated with 3.9. And I tell you this because sometimes we allow our insecurities to take over. We allow that fear to take over. And sometimes we don't even commit ourselves to excellence, to doing whatever it takes that's legal and ethical until we achieve exactly what we wanted. And something that I had clear in my mind is that I was not going to let my ancestors down. I was not going to let my grandfather down that came to the United States in the 60s as an undocumented man and worked really hard to bring my grandmother, to bring my father, my uncles and my aunts to the United States legally so we can take the opportunity that this country has to offer. So I didn't let English to be the thing why I was not going to do what I wanted to do. Actually, this has been the thing that pushes me every day, right? To be great, to be excellent in everything that I do. And when I make a mistake, I make a mistake because I never signed a contract for profession. I never signed a contract that I was not going to be a mistakes. But something that you can be assured is that I will always bring you the passion that characterize who I am as a woman, as a mom, right? As a daughter, as a member of the community, as a leader. And cultivating insecurity is all about the little girl that had a dream, right? And didn't let those insecurities to get in the way. The next thing is that I want to share with you is how can you find that uniqueness in your insecurity? Because years later, after I was here like for 10 years, I was like, you know what? I think I want to take some classes so I can get rid of my accent so I can feel more comfortable speaking. And someone told me, are you crazy? Did you understand that it's your accent that makes you aesthetic, different, and unique? If you take that accent away, you are going to be taking away your essence. You might as well change your name to some other name because it's not going to be Soribel, the Soribel. It's going to be another Soribel, but not the Soribel. That you need to be in that uniqueness. So I began to embrace that uniqueness in me. That when I speak, right, some words may not come out perfectly. They may not come out perfectly. I'm going to apologize if you let me know that I made a mistake, and I'm going to try all over again. And so let me tell you this story. So I'm doing in school, completing my doctorate program in social work. And I had an assignment the other day, and I spent 5 hours completing the assignment. Well, after I completed the assignment and I went to review the instructions of the assignment, I realized that the whole assignment was wrong. Like, wrong. And I go downstairs, I'm like, oh my God, mommy, can you believe that I just spent all those hours upstairs and that thing is wrong? I did it wrong. And she said, and what you gonna do? Do it again. Do it again. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna eat something. I'm gonna take a nap for 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna come back at it because there's no way that there's gonna be a 0 next to Soribel Martinez. That is impossible. So through those insecurities, through the process of acculturation, through the process of becoming the woman that I am, I have found uniqueness. There's nobody like me. There's nobody like you. There's no another Davia out there. There's not another Soribel. When Jesus and God created me, they took that template and they threw it out. There cannot be somebody else like me because I was designed, and you were designed with a specific purpose. You were designed and selected with particular abilities and qualities and potential that is inside of you that's unique to you. So when I share my story and I start hearing on some of the women that are reviewing the manuscript and they're reading the book, they're like, I felt like you were talking to me. There was one person that read the whole book in one night. She said, I couldn't put it down. I cried because you were speaking to my soul. And oh my God, I get the chills because when I used to visualize writing Unbreakable, that I've been visualizing it for a few years now. And I used to visualize the woman giving me the feedback. That's exactly the feedback that I used to receive. So it's not new to me that the woman can put the book down, that she is glued to it. You know why? Because I've already been living from that place. I've been living from the place of something that was created for me in the invisible world. And now it's coming into fruition. So when she says, oh my God, this is like for me, I knew her before she knew about the book. So I found that uniqueness in me that makes who Soribel is as a mother, as a daughter, as a leader in the community, not letting anything to put us down. So here it is. Nobody's perfect, and perfection is kind of boring. I don't want to be perfect because perfection is like, no. What we want to bring is all that passion that God has put in our soul to bring forward that potential that is in you, right? So you can sing every song that you were meant to sing in the world, because it will be a waste if you take that potential into the grave, right? So I was created to bring this voice into your life so you can decide what are some of the insecurities that have been stopping you from doing what you need to do in the world. What is that one thing that is not allowing you to make a definite decision to get to the next level? What is that one thing that embarrasses you? What is that one thing that somebody been telling you, oh, you're too much? You might as well be an attorney, I used to be told by the females in my, you always have an opinion. Yes, I still have an opinion. Right? So decide, do a self-evaluation, analyze how you got there, where are you standing, where you want to be. And then once you do that, you need to align your vision with your purpose. Once you align that vision with the purpose, then you get to create goals and objectives that are very in alignment with the things that you were created to do. And then you take the path to making that mission your life purpose, everything, right? So it's not about that we don't have things in area that we need to grow and be better, but it's that we need to make sure that we are being in tune with those things. Don't be embarrassed about change and transformation. Change and transformation belong to those that are willing to create a kingdom legacy, so the next generations can create a better life for themselves and for their own generations. So you can find me everywhere. I'm in social media, Soribel Martinez everywhere, XOXO Soribel on Instagram, soribelmartinez.com. Find me on Facebook, right? Soribel Martinez. The book is going to be launching soon. And I think that you should give yourself permission to come into a space where you can create the life that you were meant to live. And then I'm going to let Dr. Davia tell you where you can go to get that free gift that I have created for you, where you can download it and you can begin to kind of like get in my world so you can start the process, the first step into a better life.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Soribel. That was outstanding. As you were talking, I was in our Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group, dropping comments, just really making little notes about all the key points that you raised for us. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to you stepping in next week to share part 3 of this series. Can you give us a little heads up about what you're going to be talking about next week?
How about we keep it a secret?
It's going to be a surprise, everyone. I can't wait.
And then you make sure that you are popping in my Facebook personal profile, because the day off of the day before, I'm going to let you know what we're going to be talking about.
Beautiful. I love it. Guys, Soribel has a beautiful gift for everyone, and it's Free Gift Friday. So obviously, we're giving away a free gift. Just go to growsmarternotharder.com/bundle, and you'll be able to choose from a number of free gifts, one of which is from Soribel. Upcoming Ladies Power Lunch activities are our Ladies Power Lunch Spring Summit. Soribel is going to be one of our keynote speakers. And if you want to come and get your signed, autographed copy of her new book, Unbreakable, which is about to be a best-selling book, then I invite you to go on over to growsmarternotharder.com/ticket and get your ticket for Ladies Power Lunch Spring Summit. And of course, we're always, every single day, having conversation inside our Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group, talking about ways that we can grow our businesses in a smarter way, not pushing harder, not doing more, but doing it from a place of connection and collaboration. And of course, as we grow our business, we're also living our optimal lives. Thank you so much for joining today, guys, and I'll see you all on the next show. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. See you next week.